was time for another one of these videos. But I'm really, there are lots of thoughts going through my head right now. I'm really trying to navigate sort of blank. Anyway, it's almost as if I doubt this is the right thing to do, doing a video, but anyway, I think I'll try to proceed. Yeah, it's I've been trying a somewhat different approach today to be more sort of don't really force myself as much to do things. In a sense, I'm more relaxed in executing whatever I do. It's not this, keeping up with a sort of pace. But it's been quite pleasurable in some sense, in a way. So, and that's probably why I'm somewhat hesitant to start with this video, because I felt that maybe I'll go back to the old tracks that I've been in recent days. Well, it's been not that great in some sense, but anyway, I realized I could still do this in this video when I'm doing this right now. And something I'm coming back to is this thought that, and I've evaded it for this today, not on purpose, but it's just what has happened naturally, because I've been mindful of how I think and what I do in some sense, even though I've had quite a lot to do, but not a lot, but in a way. So but it's still so interesting a question, and I don't necessarily think that thinking about it is something bad necessarily. It's I think one thing that I've been doing, like for example when I reasoned last time about sort of long time of focus and so forth, I still think there's truth to that, but I also think that we probably should do it. Well, I'm not sure, because when I've been doing that, or I tried yesterday, it became a quite boring thing to do in some sense, and I felt not forced to do it, but I never allowed myself to sort of get into what I think is I won't say pleasurable, but anyway, I don't know, it could also be this sort of sickness that I've had. So I don't know, but even now as I speak, it's in some sense I've started to become in the same mode of thought. So I've tried. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I thought that would happen when I started this video for some reason, just because it felt, in a sense, I just wanted to continue what I was doing, thinking or reading or something, but anyway, because that's one thing I've been into quite much, like sort of taking responsibility for your thoughts and how you feel in some sense. But if you don't feel well, if there is something, an underlying wrong in your body, it's hard to know if you should just think it away in some sense. But yeah, I don't know. I think that and it's really a question of meditation, I guess. Is it as fruitful as marketed or proclaimed by people, or is it? I mean, there are still underlying problems that you want to evade. Like, for example, feeling sick is not a good thing. You want to be healthy, or yeah, free from that sickness as soon as possible. But the question is, can you use your mind in a way to sort of just going with that flow? And I think you can. Or I'm not. Sometimes I would be skeptical of that. Perhaps yesterday I would. But then I realized, I tested that when I meditated today. I sort of took, because I've always thought from what I've heard earlier and from when I've heard Sam Harris talk about it, that you should not sort of force your mind. You should just observe. But I've realized that for me, when I do that, I cease observing, which is sort of the thing is, you should still put effort in it. It's not about this effortless, but this is how I experienced it. This was my theory, and it actually worked. You should still put effort in it, but you don't necessarily have to strain your mind. You could just be aware of, well, here is where I am now. I'm actually trying to observe things. How's that going? And it actually felt quite liberating to do that in some sense. And I'm trying to do that now, but even though it's hard at the same time as I speak, but in some sense, if I'm just aware of this when I'm going back and forth, I think in some sense that I am alleviating. Is that the word? Alleviate? That the troubles in my mind, my consciousness just disappears in some sense. I'm not as worried, really, in some sense. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just trying to remind myself to actually practice this and not forget it when I'm walking back and forth. But because I think there's that is what is good to do. I can't know 100% for sure that it is, but I do think it is. Yeah. Now I wonder, could be a good challenge to think about what I want to do the rest of this day. Like, for example, I've been watching Game of Thrones for a while, or about 3 days. First one episode, the next day 2, and the next day after that 2. It sounds like I don't really want to watch that much Game of Thrones. It feels as if I'm wasting my time and so forth. But I've also thought that the main thing now is really to get back on track, and one thing in doing that is just retaining a sort of healthy mind. And so I've sort of what's the word? Abdicated? No, I've contented myself. It's another word, but anyway, contented myself to just yeah, that's how it's going to be. I just watch something and not too obsessed of that it should be useful. I also have to optimize for what I feel is the right thing to do in some sense. And but it's I've been going back to this for so many times, but it really is about what you do about your day. It's so damn important, really. What you do with your day is like it's and it makes me somewhat anguished. Is that a word? To think that, because I do want to do something good with every day, and I feel as if I'm wasting time and so on and so forth. But I don't think I should push that too far, because I've done that, and I feel that I have come sort of come forward. I can't speak English today. Come forward so much last 4 years in some sense. And although that's something I've doubt many times, especially now in rougher times, I do doubt that quite much. So from time to time, that I've been doing wise decisions and so forth. And that's a thing in itself, and it's some yeah. But sorry for being sort of lazy in my talking here, but it's just I'm just going with the flow and doing things. I don't want to push myself when I feel so stretched and weird. But I stay calm and focused in a way, and not overly sort of not challenge myself too much. But there is a growing sense of discontent when I'm doing this video. I don't know why. I don't think this is a good time for a video. I will stop this. Sorry for this bore video, but anyway, it was something. Bye bye.